You're listening to the Amazing Facts Daily Devotional. Today's topic: why are there so many denominations if they all claim to follow Jesus? The fact that you call an orange an apple doesn't make the orange an apple. In Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1, the 7 women say they will eat their own food and wear their own apparel, yet they want to take a man's name. It reminds me of how the truth has been compared to food or bread in John chapter 6, verse 35. And apparel is a symbol of righteousness in Revelation chapter 19, verse 8. How many churches call themselves by the name Christian, but don't uphold the bread of truth and teach us to wear Christ's robes of righteousness? God's church is defined by the Apostle Paul as the pillar of truth. He wrote Timothy on how people ought to conduct themselves in the house of God, which is the church of the living God, the pillar and ground of truth. 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 15. If a denomination is not teaching truth, it is not truly God's church. Daniel predicted that a time would come when a religious power would cast truth down to the ground. Daniel chapter 8, verse 12. Paul warns, "Let no one deceive you by any means, for that day will not come unless the falling away comes first, and the man of sin is revealed." 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. We should expect there to be false churches that do not teach truth from Scripture, but teach as doctrines the commandments of men. Matthew chapter 15, verse 9. Otherwise, why would Paul encourage us to test all things, hold fast what is good? 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 21. The book of Revelation speaks of God's end-time church and gives us indicators for knowing if a denomination is truly following the Lord. Of this remnant people, the Apostle John writes, "The dragon was enraged with the woman, and he went to make war with the rest of her offspring, who keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus." Revelation chapter 12, verse 17. God's true church stands on biblical truth. Our key Bible text today comes from Isaiah chapter 4 and verse 1. "And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach." Thank you for listening to the Amazing Facts Daily Devotional.